Hey everyone, welcome to the new year. This is start of this entire year as I mess up my sentences with the video I promised you. Sanji's Betrayal. Here we go. Okay guys, this is the video I promised you since November I think, or when I started this anime thing. I want to talk about Sanji's Betrayal, and since this week I think is when we're going to finally get the manga, figuring out what happened with Sanji and stuff like that, I'm going to get this video out before that happens. So here we go. I'm going to take a different take on what I was originally going to do with this video, and that is, instead of talking about the entirety of the Straw Hat crew, I'm going to pick a couple of Straw Hats, or maybe even go through the entire Straw Hat crew, with how, in my opinion, and maybe how in general, how this probably would affect their view on him. So we're going to start off with the main captain. I want to get him out of the way now because Luffy doesn't really matter in this case. In my honest opinion, I don't think he cares. One of the commenters even said that, you know, Sanji, he doesn't really care about people's past. He only cares about the future. And Sanji's secret could only probably better help Luffy in that goal, is becoming Pirate King. You don't know, you don't even know really what Sanji's secret is, for that matter. So in terms of betrayal, lying to him, it doesn't really count towards Luffy. It never really will, never has. Zoro, we'll go into Zoro, the second in command, the first pirate, well, the first person Luffy ever went to and recruited. Rolling over Zoro. Now, honestly, I was thinking that maybe, because I mean, we all know like Zoro and Sanji have a really complicated relationship, but at the end of the day, they always can trust each other, and they all know about their abilities. You read the manga, you can tell this because when Sanji goes missing, Zoro is like one of the few Straw Hats that are not even really worried about him. He's well aware of Sanji's abilities. We all know Sanji's really powerful. He just gets overshadowed by a lot of people. So, Zoro, I guess it would affect a tiny bit, maybe not too much. Maybe Zoro will get pissed off a little bit, but then he'll probably let it go. Because we all know Zoro probably has secrets of his own. It's kind of part of humanity right there, having your own secrets. Then we go to some of the weaker. Actually, before we go on, I want to get some of the other stories too. Frankie Nico Robin was somebody actually brought up interesting. Even brought this up actually. Nico Robin and Frankie know about secrets. I mean, Nico Robin had one of the biggest and darkest secrets that she's ever held in her entire life, from the Straw Hats, and it turned out really well for her in the long run. She managed to get some friends she can trust. So Nico Robin probably won't care too much. I mean, I think she knows better than anybody. People have secrets for a reason. So I don't think it'll affect her. Frankie doesn't really care. Honestly, we all know he's just only there. He's only on the crew to protect the ship, to have it sail to the Grand Line and back. So he's really only there for that. Brook doesn't care much about anything else but getting Laboon and a second objective that he'll probably never get, unless maybe at the end of the series he'll finally get what he wishes. Okay, now now that they got this out of the way, I guess the main three that the commenter actually brought up, and he was kind of one of my opinion on, was Sanji's secret towards the three weakest, the weak trio, which is what they're called: Usopp, Nami, and Chopper. These three, I think, probably would be affected by this heavily. We'll start with Nami. Now, if Sanji's secret is, you know, in terms, I'm gonna give an aspect of Sanji's secret that might be true and it may not be true, is maybe, just maybe, Sanji is of some type of royalty. This could probably change Nami's view on him, in a sense, like, she is a gold digger and she sees an opportunity that deals with money, she might take it. Being Sanji might end up being able to actually fulfill a relationship with her, but also the darker aspects of a lot of things. We've seen how dark the One Piece world can get, and we've also seen how each Straw Hat responds to that. As far as we all know, I mean, they're not heroes, but they don't take looking down on a little guy too well, and you never know. Like Sanji's reason for keeping it might be because he doesn't really trust the Straw Hats, and this might also affect Nico. This might affect Nami negatively too, mainly because Sanji was there when when her island was under attack by Arlong. He was part of the group that actually managed to break her free of her chains. She trusted him with everything she had in her heart, and managed to gain a friend out of him. Even though he's kind of perverted in some way, kind of just wants to get in her pants, but you're on the seas most of the year, and there's only 2 women on the ship. Of course, you gotta try and do something about that. But that's neither here nor there. I just feel like Nami probably, maybe just maybe, she'll have some doubts about Sanji and stuff like that. I guess her point of view on Sanji might change for the better or for worse. Maybe not that much, because I mean, I guess Nico, now I think about it, a lot of Straw Hats have secrets and stuff like that. Nami looked at him as a friend, somebody she could trust. I think she told everything she had from her past. Sanji's never been truly open with his, and you never know. The fact that he's never been open kind of shows, I think, I guess the lengths he's willing to go for his crewmates, but also the lengths he's also willing to keep himself at a distance from them. They got Chopper, the little I want to say raccoon dog, but he's not. The little reindeer with a blue nose. Chopper, thinking about that, he is really naive. Probably wouldn't care that much. Probably on the same lines as Luffy, only looking towards the future. I mean, Chopper had a really dark past himself, so he isn't that naive. So I guess we were to find out the kind of danger that I guess they're kind of put in because of Sanji. It's another thing I want to talk about, the danger that Sanji's kind of putting his crew into at this point, but we'll get into that a little bit later after this. After we get to the last 2. Chopper doesn't really care. Granted, Chopper's also really excitable, so I guess finding out that Sanji might have been some royalty might actually kind of, have Chopper a little bit more fanboying over Sanji's position in the world, if that is the case, which we all don't know at this point with Sanji's position in the world that would allow somebody to put only a live body on his head. So we got that to deal with. Chopper, I don't really think would care that much. Chopper is a little kid and stuff like that. He's really only there to be a doctor and protect the crew members and stuff like that. Granted, I guess Chopper should have had some doubts for Sanji, because Sanji had a very rare blood type. They never totally explained why Sanji's blood type was so rare. Which is weird too. Is like I almost feel like Oda purposely did that just so if people who look too deep into stuff would probably start realizing, why does Sanji have a rare blood type? That makes no sense. But then we go on to Usopp. Usopp had a huge portion to do with Water 7, and he pretty much left the crew, kind of showed the kind of character he can be when he isn't being scared, and it's probably one of the better moments for Usopp. Now, if Water 7 was any predecessor towards that, I feel like we're probably gonna get some more development towards Usopp in this one, and maybe more badassness from him. Maybe this will be the return of Soki King, which would be kind of weird and lame at the same time, but probably would be so good. I was never aware of that song until I watched the animation in America. Oh lord, that song was ridiculous. Usopp, on the other hand, I think he probably took this a little bit more. He took this a little bit more serious, mainly just because Usopp is known to do that. He's known to overreact to even the smallest things. He never seems to overreact to the more important things too often. He only acts the way he needs to, which is scared, panicked, and paranoid. So in a sense, Usopp is probably the more outward spoken about how he feels about whatever is going on. I mean, the thing is, we haven't really even dealt with, how each of them feel about the whole wanted poster thing, because I don't even think none of the Straw Hats even noticed, which is weird, and I don't even think none of the Straw Hats even on the island even know about their raised bounties yet, so we'll probably learn about that as soon as we get Sanji back in. We'll finally figure out what's going on here, because it doesn't seem like he even addressed that yet. Then the coup de grace, the final thing in this video that I want to talk about is the fact that Sanji just kind of put his crew in danger no matter what this is going on. I mean, if you put no matter who you are, not even Sanji isn't even all that important. The fact that the government put an only alive poster, and only alive bounty on this guy's head, this guy in a sense makes Sanji worth more than Luffy. Mainly just because, you know, if they attack the Straw Hat crew, they're almost guaranteed a bounty as long as Sanji's alive. Sanji kind of put his crew into a serious amount of danger because no one even knows at this point. I highly doubt that even the government is even aware that Sanji is not with the Straw Hats right now. So if the government were to come across the Straw Hat crew, they would instantly attack them. Sanji, in a sense, has kind of betrayed his crew's trust because they always thought they'd probably be safe, even with Sanji on their crew. I mean, it's because like Sanji was his cook. He hasn't even let them know he has some kind of past that might put them in danger. I mean, shoot, I mean, during the whole Thriller Bark business, he even hinted that, you know, he might be more trouble than you think he is right now, so you might have to kill him before he becomes a lot more dangerous in the future. And looks like what he said during Thriller Bark is going to come to fruition. Whatever that means, I have no idea. Whether Sanji's a prince, some secret agent from wherever he's from, it's another thing. Sanji's kind of got like a cool demeanor about him. On top of that, Sanji has, in my opinion, some of the weirder fights, and I think more of the more enjoyable fights because he has a very weird way of fighting. And maybe Pirate Zeph might have known something about this. You never know. I mean, the guy, the pirates that attacked Sanji when he was younger, they attacked this ship for a reason. It wasn't just random chance. Plus, as far as we can tell, a lot of the crew, I mean, a lot of the people on that ship died. Sanji was the only one that was taken into custody. Not custody, but, you know, the Zeph even protected. That is weird. He could have grabbed anybody, but he grabbed Sanji. And I don't want to hear it's because he's young, he didn't want to see his life wasted. The guy was a pirate. From what I can tell, Zeph was a really hard-boiled pirate too. Like he was a serious pirate. There's a reason why Zeph's crew attacked the ship. There's a reason why Zeph's crew even, for that matter, protected Sanji. It makes no sense. I mean, even Zeph even nearly starved himself to death just to make sure Sanji could eat. If that doesn't show Sanji's worth, I don't know what it is. Besides the wanted poster, which, by the way, he's wanted alive. And it looks like, from the looks of it, Big Mom might have something to do with Sanji's disappearance. And we know for a fact that Sanji ain't gonna die for two reasons. He's the main character. He's part of the main characters. Two, he's also only wanted alive. Sanji isn't gonna be killed because of that wanted poster. Like, Oda's pretty much put himself in a situation where anybody who comes in contact with Sanji is gonna have to keep him alive. Even the strongest pirates are gonna have to keep him alive. They might have to put him near death, but they'll have to keep him alive. And Sanji has been shown that he can take a beating. Sanji has taken a beating time and time again. So whatever is going on in this One Piece world, we'll find out. But this is what I want to talk about. This video isn't really probably the most impressive. I just want to get this out there that, you know, Sanji's status in the world of One Piece is gonna have to come out. Whether it comes out this year or near the end of the series, which whenever that's gonna happen, because we're getting close. Maybe 3 more years, maybe 5. But we're getting close. I'm not sure how much more we got to explore besides past Zoro, which is we've been waiting for and it's been hyped up for so long, is the Samurai Island. The place where Zoro is gonna get a lot of time, and we're gonna see a lot of Zoro time. Maybe we'll start seeing some fights with Zoro where he ends up getting beat. Because kind of about time, because the only person that's beat him is Mihawk, and that's because Mihawk's a seasoned samurai. But enough to talk about Zoro. That's what I want to talk about. You know, Sanji's, whatever's going to happen, no matter what I've said, it's all speculation. All, you know, jump on up speculation, but speculation nonetheless. What I want you to get out of this video is Sanji's status in the world is going to put the Straw Hats in some serious trouble. Some of the Straw Hats are going to probably start trusting him less for the time being, that he does something to gain their trust again. Because, I mean, it's one thing to keep a secret, But it's also another thing to keep a secret that could potentially affect your friends and people you care about. That's what Sanji's done. He's kept a secret that I think was gonna affect his crew in a negative way. Whether Luffy cares about that or not, we all know he doesn't. But it's still something that needs to be, you know, thought about. It's like Sanji's status, his social status, kind of matters at this point. We don't even know if he is royalty or not. We kind of have a habit of finding out lost royalty, and they've all have blonde hair. Somebody brought up too. So Sanji, it's definitely a higher probability that Sanji might be related to royalty in some way. Whether that means he's a prince or not, it remains to be seen. So I guess with that, I'll end the video off. Hope you guys like this little theory, and leave comments in the comment section below about what you potentially think Sanji the secret is, and also the type of implications that whatever that secret would bring to his friends. Would it be life-threatening? Do you think Sanji being a prince is life-threatening at all? In my personal opinion, I think it really is life-threatening, because pirates, especially in real life, have been known to kidnap royalty. They've been known to kidnap people. It's just how it works. That's how they get money. That's how a lot of famous pirates back in the day got their start. A lot of them were no names until they kidnapped somebody of importance, got really worked off it, and started roaming the seas, and people were afraid of these people. So you never know. But Sanji's social status is going to become a huge point, probably a plot point to him even finding where the All Blue is. So let's see. See you guys next video.